Okay, well, Mr. Beneficiary, take you and your trust back to jail.
Permission
I
to
ask the questions, you give the answers. Is that clear?
Mr. Beneficiary, you should not talk over to the court. I thank you
under
very
oath.
much. Thank you.
That is not fair. You cannot do this. Under oath and on record, you cannot do this.
If you're not Mr. Pollard, then you're not here and a warrant for your arrest, and you can sit in jail till you rot for all I care.
That's fine, Your Honor, but that's
Deputy, you can remove him. He's not here.
he's not here today because he doesn't exist.
Alright guys, today we have a very dangerous sovereign citizen in court today. He's got 4 different hearings, and let me just tell you, he gives every single judge a hard time in this video. This guy is seriously no joke. He is very dangerous and he has done some very unthinkable things. I'm not going to spoil it though, and you guys just won't believe how this dude tries to act like the rules don't apply to him too. But these judges here, they handle it very perfectly in my opinion. Let me know in the comments while you guys watch what you guys think this dude deserves for these horrible crimes he committed. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Let's go ahead and dive in here.
Your whole name?
Beneficiary.
Oh, he done this before.
What's his name?
The beneficiary.
Yeah. First name, Mr. Beneficiary.
Are you stating that the trust that we are administrating is the Kevin Pollard Trust? If so,
I'm asking what your name is.
my name is the beneficiary of the trust.
Of whose trust?
Are you stating that the trust that we are now administrating is the Kevin Pollard Trust, Your Honor?
Okay, I'm
If so,
gonna recall him. Bring up somebody else. Put him aside. We'll call him at the end. Sir, is your name the beneficiary, Kevin Teron Anthony Pollard? Yes or no?
I'm the beneficiary of the trust, Your Honor. Are you stating that the trust that we are now administrating is the Kevin Pollard Trust?
Are you Kevin Pollard? I'm asking you.
Is the trust that we are now administrating?
Sir, I ask the questions here. You give me yes or no answers.
You're asking for my permission
I ask the questions. You give the answers. Is that clear?
It's very clear.
Okay, listen.
Yes.
Are you also known by the name of Kevin Pollard amongst other names? Yes or no?
Are you stating that the trust that we are now administrating is the Kevin Pollard Trust, Your Honor? If so, Kevin Pollard is in fact present today. It is you that is Kevin Pollard, Your Honor. It is you.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor. It is you that is,
Really?
that is Kevin Pollard. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm Kevin Pollard.
You are Kevin Pollard today, Your Honor. I am the beneficiary.
And then who are you?
I am the beneficiary of the trust.
Okay, well, Mr. Beneficiary, take you and your trust back to jail.
I have some questions for the clerk, Your Honor.
No.
I have. Can I speak to the clerk before we go any further?
You know what? I'm gonna put you in timeout. Get your mind right, Mr. Pollard.
Yes, sir. Can I have the clerk present? Please, Your Honor.
Don't give in.
Please have the clerk present in a Zoom meeting.
You know what? If you answer my questions, I'll consider it.
Okay. What's the question?
What's your name?
The beneficiary.
All right, Mr. Beneficiary, put you back in timeout.
Back in timeout, this judge is really giving us a show right now. I am just so tired of the usual judges who sit there letting people run their mouths with zero consequences, but not this guy. He has got the patience of a parent who's already counted to 3 and is done playing games, and honestly this is just such a breath of fresh air because judges have the authority to maintain order in the courtroom under contempt of court laws, which basically means if you act like a fool they can fine you, kick you out, or even throw you in jail for a bit. I mean, just some judges refuse to put their foot down, and I don't even know why honestly, but when they do that, that's just how the courtroom turns into a reality TV drama show, and I seriously don't understand why some judges don't act like this guy here. I'm going to give this guy a 10 out of 10 so far, but I know some of you guys might think he's too harsh, and I know some of the comments really hate when I side with the harsh judges, but I just think we need more of it honestly. Let me know what you guys think. Let's dive back in.
All right, beneficiary. I'm going to give you another chance in front of another magistrate.
That's no problem. Can I have the clerk present, please?
Hey, sir, I'm magistrate Chartea. DDC.
Excuse me? Yeah.
I'm talking to the DDC officer.
Yes.
DDC?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The gentleman that is in front of the screen, in front of camera 1, what name do you have him listed as?
Kevin Pollard.
Do you have a middle name?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you have a Kevin Pollard. Okay, and sir, you're identified as Kevin Pollard, but you're considering yourself the beneficiary. Is that correct, sir?
Are we on the record?
We are. Everything is on the record.
Okay. Are you stating that the trust that we are now administrating is the Kevin Pollard trust, ma'am?
I'm not administrating any trust because there is no trust in front of me. But what I'm asking you is, you call yourself the beneficiary. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, no problem. I have case number is 240-5538101. People of the state of Michigan versus Kevin Theron Anthony Pollard, who is listed by DDC as Kevin Pollard. However, the gentleman has identified himself as the beneficiary.
You representing as Kevin Pollard today, Your Honor.
Mr. Pollard,
I'm not.
Mr. Pollard, now, as your counsel, I am going to advise that you stop speaking and allow the judge to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel Kirkland.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Shava Kirkland on behalf of Mr. Pollard, who has been advised of his rights, which is to stand mute and waive the formal reading.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 2nd, 2024. It is a probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 8th, 1:30 p.m. Both matters are in front of Judge King. The probable cause conference, it is at 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Beneficiary, you should not come over to the court. I thank you very much.
You are under oath and you are on record. And I'm asking you,
beneficiary, I have not sworn you under oath. I am under oath, so I am doing all this. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I already given the court dates while this case is pending, sir. Okay, there should be no contact with the individual.
You are not allowed to state what the judgment is. That is my job.
Mr. Pollard, I do want to let you know that the person.
Okay.
I have a question for the clerk.
Okay.
I have a question for the clerk.
For a moment.
I have a question for the clerk.
You will give an opportunity, sir. You will give an opportunity. Let me finish. The people, go ahead, Esteban.
Yeah, the people are asking for $250,000 cash bond, no cash, no surety. If he's able to ever post bond, we'd like GPS tethered with home arrest. The defendant, Your Honor, has a continuing situation where he entices young girls on the internet from Arizona in this particular case, and previously on 10/23/2023 in another case where he enticed people.
This dude should already be charged with contempt right now, no doubt about it. I mean, he's just straight up disrespecting the court, making a joke out of the whole process. It's like he's acting like there aren't actually any real consequences for his actions, and on top of that, he's out here encouraging behavior that could lead younger people down the wrong path, if you know what I mean, and that's just not okay. It's one thing to mess up yourself, but when you start influencing people who aren't even old enough to fully understand the weight of their decisions, that's just a whole other level of messed up. And like, this case is so serious, I don't know why this guy is just acting like this. Seriously, I mean, usually we see sovereign citizens act like this when there's like a driving charge or something very minor, but this dude is looking at a lot of prison time for this stuff. This guy really needs to be locked up for a long time, because he's just not a danger to himself, but he's also a danger to others. It's honestly scary to think that this guy could be back out on the streets one day.
He's been arrested 3 different times for criminal sexual conduct. The first case, he was found not guilty back on 5/15/2015. The 10/21/2023 case, where he was criminal sexual conduct first degree and also contributing alcohol to a minor, 2 counts of that, was at the exam dismissed without prejudice. In our particular case we have here today, Your Honor, the victim is from Arizona. She came here after having a relationship, not the victim, but one of the witnesses came here after having a 3-year relationship with this defendant on the internet. When she turned 18, she came to visit. And also, Mr. Pollard introduced her to another girl who is also from Arizona. The other girl brought her niece or her, I forgot the relationship, but her 7-year-old niece with her to visit Mr. Pollard. And what happened then, because the person was tired from traveling, she fell asleep in the living room. When she woke up, she went into the bedroom, and there was Mr. Pollard with the 7-year-old girl. He then said, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, we're playing video games." So the woman, the adult in the room, she falls asleep again. And then she is awakened by the 7-year-old girl and asked to leave. The 7-year-old girl then tells her mother that the Mr. Pollard touched her, rubbed her, he says, okay? He said, accidentally is what he's trying to tell us what happened. The situation is she's told the 7-year-old child has told TED Talk that he did this. He's told Protective Services that he did this. And as far as I'm concerned, Judge, he fits the category of a predator because he did the same thing in the 1023-2023 case of enticing young people from other parts of the country, perhaps, I don't know where exactly, to come and see him on the internet. So we're asking for $250,000 cash bond, no surety, and GPS tether if he's ever be able to post bond. Thank you.
I'm not going to lie that bond is kind of high, but honestly in this case, considering this dude is a freaking predator, I think it's a little low. I mean, you guys might think I'm harsh, but come on, this dude is being charged with unthinkable crimes, and on top of it he's literally trying to mock the court and talk over the judge like he's above it all. Like, it's honestly just insane. This whole situation is crazy, and it really just goes to show who this guy really is. In all honesty, a bond closer to 1 million seems way more fitting for someone who's this dangerous and disrespectful to the law. Let me know what you guys think about the bond. You guys think it should be higher? Because honestly it needs to be like quadrupled in my opinion. But let's dive back in and see what his bond goes to.
Counsel Kirkland, go ahead, Esteban, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd ask this court, understanding the seriousness of these charges, for a 10% bond if this court is not inclined to do a high personal bond. So one, I know the bulk of Brother Counsel's argument was this dismissed case from last year. I'd ask that this court sentence him based on these allegations and the facts and details surrounding this case. This is a 2020 case. And the woman that he met was 20 years old, or that came to see him was a 20-year-old woman, was not an underage woman. And the allegation is that she brought her, I believe, goddaughter to the home. Now, there are different variations because a couple different stories are told as to what occurred there. But Mr. Pollard has maintained that he did not sexually assault the little girl. I'm not sure why this case wasn't charged until 2024, but it is a 4-year-old case. My understanding is that he, I don't believe he's had any convictions since then. He is a lifelong resident, has a child, so he has strong ties to the community. He also owns a lawn service here. At this point, there's no amount of bond that he can't afford to pay, so even a 10% bond would be unaffordable for him. But given the age of this case and his lack of issues since this, I'd ask this court consider a high personal bond, if not that, a 10% bond.
Thank you. I've heard the representations from both sides in this particular matter in reference to the beneficiary who is listed by the court or by DDC as Kevin Pollard, is that in this particular matter, even though this is from 2020, okay, there was a forensic interview, Kids Talk, with the victim, and she disclosed that she was touched by the defendant and that he rubbed her with his hand. This court is not considering the other cases that were dismissed. They were dismissed without prejudice. Okay, this court is only going with this matter. In reference to this gentleman, the defendant, bond is going to be $250,000 cash. There's going to be a GPS tether, home arrest. Further, okay, it's going to be unaffordable. So today is Friday. He's going to get another court date Today's the 26th, January 29th, 2024, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle, who's going to be looking at the bond amount and bond conditions. Also, there is one other thing. This court looks at clear and convincing evidence standard, okay, based on the representation, based on the reading. This court is convinced that Mr. Pollard, okay, I'm sorry, the beneficiary, okay, that he is a creditor in this particular matter. That's why we're putting at $250,000 cash, GPS tether, house arrest. He does have the, again, the unaffordable bond redetermination for this Monday, January 29, 2024, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle. Also, there's another bond condition. He's not to be around any minor children. That concludes the arraignment of the beneficiary, also known as Kevin Pollard. Madam Clerk.
Pretrial, Your Honor.
You wish to talk to the gentleman that's in front of the screen.
Judge.
Okay. Just so for the record, is that the clerk has declined to talk to the gentleman in front of the screen.
No, that is not fair.
Thank you.
That is not fair. You cannot do this. Under oath and on record, you cannot do this. I have rights, and you violated them, and you was not my judge.
Okay, you can go. Go ahead and do whatever.
You cannot do that.
This dude really think the judge is just going to be like, you're right, this isn't fair, even though he was messing with underage people. Like, there's no way that's happening. I mean, the obviously has jurisdiction, and if he doesn't notice, he is literally sitting in a prison cell right now, so no matter how much he complains, he's not going anywhere, and it's honestly just ridiculous that he thinks he can talk his way out of this like he's literally sitting in itself cell, so it's just funny to me. But let's go ahead and dive into his bond redetermination hearing. He is really trying to lower his $250,000 bond, so let's go ahead and dive in and see what happens here. Just a little spoiler too, the judge is not playing around with him and it gets very heated, so let's dive into this hearing now.
Yes, okay. What is the bond for your client? Is it $250,000?
Yes, that's correct.
Argument.
Judge, my client's 38 years of age. He's on Social Security disability, Judge. I don't see any criminal history for Mr. Pollard, Your Honor. He lives in the city, does have a child. Your Honor, this alleged incident occurred back in 2020. So it's some 4 years ago. You know, obviously, you know, it's a serious case, obviously. But it's 4 years old, Judge. He has no priors. I'm asking respectfully for a reduction in bond. The bond is $250,000 cash. Judge, I know the court will impose a GPS tether. I already know that, Judge. My client, in fact, Judge, he has a tether already on. He has a tether already on. Let me be clear about that. There's a misdemeanor, and I apologize, Judge, if I said something wrong initially. There's a misdemeanor that he has the tether for, so it's a misdemeanor.
Okay.
You know, Your Honor, and he does a lawn care service, so he does have some work that he does, but the court doesn't have to worry about tether. I'm just asking for a reduction in bond to either a high some type of 10% bond. I think $250,000, Judge, is excessive. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Prosecutor.
Judge, the defendant on the screen today in the top left, he's being charged with assaulting a 7-year-old. The assault allegedly happened at his house in his bed. Your Honor, this is an individual who allegedly is self-proclaimed part of the tribe of Judah. This is also an individual that I actually had the opportunity to watch the arraignment regarding the defendant in this case, gave the magistrate such a hard time that multiple magistrates actually ended up having to handle the matter because he wouldn't give up his name or his identity. Now, being charged with this and now knowing what his past is like, I may refrain from giving a magistrate or a judge my name as well. Because, Judge, the situation that Mr. Reagan is talking about that the defendant's involved in right now, it has to do with selling and furnishing alcohol to minors, to a 12-year-old and 14-year-old. It actually originally began as a criminal sexual conduct first degree where the defendant allegedly was having sex with the
Alright, sorry for the cuts guys, but I can't say the ages here because of YouTube's rules. Not you guys would want to hear that, but I know it's kind of annoying, so I apologize for that. But seriously, this dude is just so dangerous. Like, he's not just some random guy, he is a very serious threat. So considering the $250,000 bond, one think on top of all of the messed up he's already done, he's also a Hebrew Israelite, aka kind of another branch of a sovereign citizen. But if you guys don't know much about them, this group has some seriously messed up beliefs. They're pretty much all about promoting hate and thinking some races are superior to others, so it's honestly a pretty toxic ideology, and they've been involved in some really disturbing incidents in the past too. So when you combine that with this guy's already criminal actions, it just makes him a way bigger danger than people realize. Like, this dude is just cooked plain and simple. Like, the way this prosecutor is handling it, I got to give him props. Like, he is doing such an amazing job exposing all of this. Like, you can just tell this dude is not giving this sovereign citizen an in, and it's honestly crazy to watch because it seems like this case is just falling apart for him. But don't go anywhere because this judge is about to drop a bomb on this guy. Let's go ahead and dive in to see what he has to say.
But, Your Honor, based on apparently the idea that somebody didn't appear at a hearing, it was reduced to the selling and furnishing of the alcohol. So he has an ongoing matter right now, Judge. He's on bond. We have this particular matter, allegedly, where this individual ended up touching a 7-year-old's. We have corroboration to that, Judge. And, Your Honor, with all due respect, the way that the people see this defendant, based on previously being charged, now being charged with another CSE first degree, we find him to be a predator. Not only that, Judge, we find him to be mentally unstable. He's currently on a case regarding minors. And just plain and simple, Judge, we find him to be a danger to the community. Therefore, Judge, we do feel as though a high cash bond is appropriate. We do feel as though the magistrate got it right here in terms of the $250,000 cash, not just to this particular complainant, but kids, all kids. This is one of those individuals where we feel as though he poses a danger to everybody.
See, where we I haven't heard their arguments of counsel. Where this gets a little dicey for concerning bond is that we have a situation where the defendant allegedly, I guess an 18-year-old comes in town to visit with him for her birthday. She turned 18, so she comes to see the 37-year-old who she's been in a long-term relationship with for the last 3 years. So I guess he would have been 34 starting the relationship with the 50-year-old. Allegedly, she talks to a friend and they come over and the 7-year-old is over. The girl comes and finds the two of them in the bed, and then the mother contacts a person asking who is this Kevin guy, because her daughter says he touched her. So, and then we have another case of furnishing alcohol to 12-year-olds, and whether there's sex there or not sex there, we have a pattern that's a little bit concerning. It's a lot of minors, a lot of alcohol, a lot of sex allegations, a lot of molestation allegations, a lot of flying people in who are kids and teenagers. And so, we're real concerned about this. So the $250,000 bond is an unaffordable bond. And so the court does find that this defendant is a danger to all kids. He's just a danger. The court is going to disagree with the magistrate on this, and I know the magistrate or magistrates had some issues with this defendant, and they used the information that they had at this time to come up with the $250,000 bond. But the court does find that Mr. Pollard poses a great danger to the community, and a $250,000 bond is unaffordable, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some to it to make sure he's incapacitated. But if he posts the bond, then that means we know that he'll appear for court. So the bond is going to be increased to $1 million, and that'll be $1 million cash.
Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. Seriously, when I first heard that $1 million bond one was like, wait, is this for real? It's a pretty big number, but honestly, for the kind of crimes this guy is facing, it feels pretty justified in my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree, but $1 million bond is meant to make sure somebody stays behind bars and doesn't just walk out like it's no big deal. So even if this dude does get out, it's pretty much guaranteeing he's going to come back, because he's not going to want to miss out on $100,000. You know, it's pretty much just sending him a message loud and clear that they're not messing around. And based off the prosecutor and the judge and even this dude's attorney, which seems like he doesn't even want to be here, everybody's pretty much against this idiot side. So I just really hope he doesn't get out on that bond. But let me know in the comments if you guys think the $1 million bond is fair or not, because obviously I don't think he's going to post it, but $1 million is a lot of money.
If he makes the $1 million, then he'll be placed under house arrest with GPS tether. Mr. Pollard is not to have any interactions with anyone under the age of 18, whether they're family, whether he knows them. He's not to be around anyone under the age of 18. If he is, that will violate this bond. Thank you.
So, Judge, the bond was $250,000 cash.
Yeah, and now it's $1 million cash. Now it's $1 million cash.
Okay.
It's $1 million now. It's $1 million now.
Okay, because he's on Social Security disability now. Can't afford it.
I understand, but the court finds that Mr. Pollard, it may be some serial action is going on right here, and I don't really know if he's like a serial rapist. I don't know if there are other children that he just lays in the bed with allegedly and touches, or there's other 12-year-olds, or if he's flying other 18-year-olds out to celebrate their birthday. I'm not sure. So what we have to do is we're going to err on the side of caution and make sure that Mr. Pollard is not able, at least right now, to be able to engage or even be charged with engaging in these type of activities.
Yeah, no, Judge, I get it. I know it's rough when the allegations are from January of 2020, but the prosecutor doesn't charge until January 24th. I mean,
it's when it looks like it wasn't until October 14th of 2023 when the mother called asking, who is this Kevin guy? So that we just kind of got that information, and I'm not sure when the 12-year-old, I'm not sure when all the 12-year-old and the alcohol, when that happened. So it's a lot, Mr. Reagan, and so the timeline may get a little bit jumbled. But it's a lot of kids, teenagers, alcohol, sex, molestation. It's kind of blending, and so we're here where we are.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you, Mr. Pollard. You can leave.
All right, guys, before we jump into the last two hearings with the sovereign citizen, just know that things are about to get super intense. So the next judge is a whole different level. He's super strict, no nonsense, and doesn't play any of these sovereign citizen games. You're going to see this guy shut down the sovereign citizen very quick, and it's so satisfying. But before we dive into that, I just want to know what you guys think, because I love reading your guys' comments. I personally think the $1 million bond is fair, but let me know what you guys think. Let's dive back in and see what this judge has to say to this sovereign idiot.
And good morning, Your Honor. Nicole James, appearing on behalf of Mr. Pollard. My P number is 58961.
All right. What's your pleasure, counsel? Oh, Mr. Pollard, unmute yourself and tell us your name, sir. Mr. Pollard, have them unmute you so you can tell us your name. Tell me your name, sir.
I exercise my right to remain silent.
You don't want to tell us your name?
I'm the beneficiary.
Beneficiary of what?
Of the trust that we are now here to administrate.
Okay, that's fine. Can you tell me your name?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me your name?
The beneficiary of the trust, Your Honor. I'm not
beneficiary of trust.
I'm not coming here as the name. I'm summoned as the state trust. It'll be a contradiction.
I'm looking for Kevin Pollard. If he's not here, I will capious him.
Your Honor, you are appearing as Kevin Pollard today.
No, I'm not. My name is Kenneth King.
No, Your Honor, you are the trustee of the administrate, the trust that we are now here to administrate. It is a
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. I'm just looking for Kevin Pollard. If you're not him, then I'll issue an arrest warrant for Kevin Pollard because he's supposed to be here.
Under trust law, it's a contradiction for one to be the beneficiary and the trustee, Your Honor.
All right, you're talking a different language to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Miss James, how would you like to proceed?
Judge, originally I was going to ask it to be set for a preliminary examination, but it sounds like it may be a competency issue. So Judge, what I'm going to ask the court to do, I have an appointment to meet with Mr. Pollard this afternoon. I'm going to ask the court if you would, we can set an exam date, but we could also set Monday as a review date.
Okay, why don't we just do that before we set an exam date?
Okay.
The court will adjourn the probable cause conference. If you're able to find Mr. Pollard, we'll adjourn the probable cause conference to February 5th at 8:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you find Mr. Pollard, then I will issue a case for his arrest.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, in Wayne County Jail, what's your name?
There you go.
Say your name.
Say your name, sir.
For me?
Yeah.
The beneficiary of the state. I'm here today for the state.
What's your name, sir? I don't know who the beneficiary is.
Excuse me?
What is your name?
I'm coming to appear as the beneficiary of the state, Your Honor.
Okay, forget all that. What did your mom call you? What's your name? I have no idea who you are, sir. Okay, well, you're gonna sit there until I figure out who you are.
I'm not under that jurisdiction to consent to the name, Your Honor. That's appearing under your jurisdiction.
Your case is then, because I'm looking for Mr. Pollard. If you're not Mr. Pollard, then you're not here, and a warrant will be for your arrest, and you can sit in jail till you rot for all I care.
That's fine, Your Honor, but that's
Deputy, you can remove him. He's not here.
He's not here today because he doesn't exist.
Okay, bye.
The all caps entity.
I'm talking to you. Goodbye.
I seriously just love when judges handle sovereign citizens like this. No BS, just straight law and no emotion. It's honestly just so refreshing to see someone stand their ground and not let these people try to weasel out of it. But for this sovereign citizen, I just have to say he has got to be mentally ill. Like, you can just tell by looking at him that he's all kinds of messed up. He's not just some guy trying to get away with things. There's definitely something deeper going on, and it's honestly kind of concerning. In all honesty too, I kind of have a feeling he is a serial convictor just based off his past actions and everything. I have a very, very deep feeling that he has done a lot of horrible things in the past, even things that the court isn't bringing up today. So anyways guys, let me know what you thought about this court hearing. I think it was super satisfying to watch this guy be put in his place and also get that $1 million bond. One thing that was pretty insane. I've never seen anything like that before. And also don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys want more content like this. Trust me, there is a lot more where this came from, so I post every single day, so stay tuned for that. But I seriously appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. I'm just so glad you guys are here. Take care everybody. I will see you in the next one.